I'm going to show you how to rank #1 on YouTube using AI and the exact process we use for our clients so you can just copy this for your business. Now for reference, we did this for an ecom web design agency so we can help them rank #1 for a majority of search terms in their niche. And immediately overnight, we saw an increase in impressions and rankings. I'm going to break down the entire systems, the AI tools, and the prompts we use and explain why this is so much better than traditional SEO. But keep in mind, you must understand YouTube SEO without AI because AI is only as good as the one prompting it. Either way, let's just get straight into it. Let's talk about why traditional SEO fails very quickly. Most people focus on pretty much what's in this red box over here. So if we zoom in here, a lot of people tend to focus on keywords that just sound good, and they use generic keyword tools that give you horrible keywords most of the time, like for example, rapid tags. We're going to talk about that later in the video. Keywords that have nothing to do with the video, and just no strategic thinking behind the keyword selection. That's not what you want to do. What you want to do is behind this green box right here. Let me go over to this side. Pretty much, you want to use buyer intent keywords, whether it's short tail keywords or long tail keywords, just keywords that your ICP, your ideal client, or your potential client could be searching for. Those are the keywords you want to rank for because they're actually searching that stuff up. Now let's talk about how to use AI to actually do all of this stuff with the title, the description, and the hashtags, all of the YouTube packaging and the SEO in general. Once you're in ChatGPT, which, ChatGPT.com, if you don't know what that is, if you don't know what AI is, you're behind. But ChatGPT.com, once you're here, you pretty much want to give it like all the data. So if you have ChatGPT Plus, you can pretty much just create a bot, give it all the good title frameworks, the description frameworks, or maybe your description template, and not hashtags though. I'm gonna show you something else for hashtags. But for example, for the title and the description, you do want to do that. Now, if you're in my newsletter or my coaching program, then I'm going to be giving away this GPT for free, but it's still in the making, so I don't want to give it out yet. But this is even fine if you don't have a GPT bot. You can pretty much just head over to ChatGPT, give it your video transcript, give it your YouTube video transcript. So how we're gonna do this is head over to your YouTube content, maybe just upload it to YouTube, even if it's private. You can head over to these three dots right here. You can just get the link, copy that, and then head over and look up YouTube transcript. Then you can just head over to this, youtube-to-transcript.com, paste in the URL, and get the free transcript. Wait for that to load. And pretty much when we get this transcript, so boom, copy, you want to head back over to ChatGPT and copy this in here. Boom. Just add some space. And now you want to pretty much tell it to use the title frameworks to create a good title for this video. Now that it has the transcript, it has all the things that you talked about in the actual video. So it can create a really good title based off of that. Now for these title frameworks, I know you're probably thinking, okay, I don't have any title frameworks. Well, here, I'm going to give you a bunch right now. So if I head over here, I actually have a list of over 100 title frameworks. I just haven't gave it in public, but you can pretty much take a screenshot of these. And you can just pretty much use these. I have a lot more, but I'm going to be giving it away in my newsletter. So if you're not subscribed to that, you can click the second link in the description. You can sign up to my newsletter. Plus, you'll get a free YouTube training. So that's going to be super helpful for you. You can just copy and paste these, and there's going to be a bunch more in the newsletter. Of course, have like close to 100. And you can just paste these in here pretty much. And on top of that, you want to say something like, use any of these title frameworks to create me a good YouTube title for my next video. The transcript above is for my next video. And pretty much you can just give it a little space, and you can pretty much just leave this how it is right here. So let me zoom out. Let me go down a bit. You pretty much see all the title frameworks right here. And you can even give it more if you want to. You can give it like a little title that you think would do good so that it can create one kind of similar to it, but in a good framework. That's what I like to do sometimes. But let's just say you don't even have one. You don't know anything about titles. We're going to press enter and we're going to see how this does. So got it. Thanks. The new way to turn old YouTube videos into leads. And this was my stop deleting old YouTube videos, right? So let's look at this. Let's look at the ones it gave. I didn't even give it a title framework that I used for that video, but let's just see what it gave. It pretty much said the new way to turn old YouTube videos into leads, the secret fix my dead YouTube videos, things like this. All these video like titles are pretty good, honestly, even though I didn't use it because I rather used the one that I used, but even these aren't that bad whatsoever. Like these are still pretty good titles. Of course, they've been tweaked a little bit though, but the title frameworks pretty much does all the work. So if you haven't already, literally take a screenshot of this, do what you have to do, and then just steal these frameworks and use it for your videos. This is going to be super helpful. I forgot to mention another thing that you want to do is give this GPT bot, or even if you don't have GPT Plus, leave it in the same chat, give it your ICP and give it your ICP's pain points, bottlenecks, and mental doubts. That's what you want to do, just so that it knows how it can angle the videos in a way that it can maybe intrigue your ICP into clicking, because the title gets them to click, the thumbnail gets them, their attention pretty much. So that's what you want to think about, as well as tell it if it's a B2B video or B2C, because a B2B video should be more direct and a B2C video should have a lot more curiosity driven titles and as well as thumbnails, but in this case, only titles. Now, when it comes to the description, let's head over back to my row. I actually took a screenshot of my description over here, and then we'll get into hashtags right after. But you can see this is pretty much a screenshot of one of my YouTube descriptions, and we're gonna just break this down really quickly. As you can see, I have a lot of these divider things because it makes it way easier for someone to actually read through what you're writing when everything is spaced out. I have a space after pretty much everything besides my affiliate links and everything. But let's start from the top. So I have my first link. As you know, when you have a YouTube description, when someone actually clicks on the video, they see the first 3 lines. So I have my first link as the first line. Then I have another link on my third line. I don't have like 3 different offers. I only have like 2 for right now. So I only want to fill up those 3 lines with 2 offers. So the space is going to make it easy for someone to read through. Let me make that green actually, so you can note the space. And then it's going to be back to my next offer, which is this one right here. Then I have this YouTube title right here, as you can see. This is pretty much just for SEO. Then we have the summary. So it's just helping YouTube understand who you're targeting and who they should actually give the video to. So the summary is going to help with that, as well as just, people who don't have time, they just want to read the summary pretty much and understand what the video is about, I guess. Then we have the affiliate links. So actually, let me put S for summary. Let me make it so you guys can see everything. Then I have my affiliate links. So this is just another source of revenue, as well as just being transparent and helping people out. So recommended tech stack, a lot of people sometimes ask me what I use for my script writing sometimes, or maybe my YouTube ranking, payment processor, maybe how do I build a community. I used to use Discord. Now I'm kind of switching towards School, and I don't have it public yet, but I'm thinking about making one. So what you want to have here is just affiliate links. That's what I have in mind. It's extra revenue, as well as you're just helping your audience out. If they want to know what you're using and how you're using it, then you might as well just promote that. Plus, I promote all this stuff in my videos anyway. I have Poppy AI, I have Go High Level. I used to do that a lot. School, maybe I'll talk about eventually. I always talk about vidiq, as well as payment processor. I don't talk about that much, but it's important if you're starting a business, or maybe if you sell an offer on YouTube, then you want to have a good payment processor. And I also have timestamps. So timestamps just helps with the YouTube when it comes to segmenting your video. And this is going to help YouTube understand what your video is about. And it's going to help your audience understand in which part of the video are you talking about X or maybe Y or Z, anything like that. A lot of viewers like to skip through to the juicy parts. So you might as well just have that there to help them out a little bit. So I'll add T for timestamps. It's funny because it says SAT. If you're from the US, that means pretty much a test in high school, I believe, or 8th grade, something like that. Then at the bottom, I have just something I like to add, which is thank you for your support. Of course, I like to thank people, and as well as I have 4 hashtags. And this pretty much just tells YouTube who you're trying to target or who they should promote the video to. And in this case, they should promote the video to people searching or people who'd be interested in YouTube, strategy, who's a content creator, and entrepreneurship, things like this. And that's pretty much me breaking down my entire description. There's not really much else behind it besides that, just promoting things, your important things at the top, a summary so YouTube can understand who you're targeting, affiliate links for extra revenue, as well as just helping out your audience, then timestamps and the hashtags for basically telling YouTube who you should target once again. Let's uncover this red box. If you're using any of these YouTube tools, if you're using any AI tag generator that you're just looking up on Google, if any of these, or even like a different one that you don't see here, whether it's Rapid Tags, Keyword Tool, Timeskip AI, Tune Pocket, or another one, these are not that good. You should not be using these, and I'm going to explain why. Because these are pretty much giving you a bunch of trash. Like if I just go over here, let me actually head over to Rapid Tags right now. Now, I'm not saying I don't use these at all, but what I'm saying is they're not fully accurate. You want to use these strategically. So if I head over to Rapid Tags, let me use Tag Generator, title, boom. So you could pretty much see this is completely wrong. How to become a profitable trader. I'm not talking about trading in a video. How to become a creative director. I'm not talking about anything like that. And this is what a majority of these AI tools do. And you don't want to use these, at least for hashtags. It's just not that good. I haven't even found a way for ChatGPT because it would have to literally go through all of the YouTube videos and see what's ranking, see what's not, see what can work, see what doesn't. So I'm going to share with you an easier way of doing this. And this is pretty much, let me head over here. vidiq. Using vidiq, the tool I've been promoting throughout this entire video, because it's personalized, it scrapes YouTube, it knows what works, and it can help you rank for your actual videos. And even without vidIQ, I'm going to show you a way that you can actually leverage short tail keywords and long tail keywords so you can rank higher on YouTube. I'm going to explain this in depth. Short tail keywords are pretty much just short keywords that are really generic and really broad. So I'm going to head over to my actual hashtags on my YouTube channel. Let me head over to how to become a master YouTube strategist, details. You can see my hashtags. And by the way, 50 out of 50, you can pretty much see what I meant by putting your actual YouTube title in the description is like just putting it there close to the top. So it's one of the first 200 characters. And if I scroll down a bit, you can pretty much see my hashtags. I'm not ranking that high for a lot of them, but obviously I like to, A/B test with my actual YouTube videos. I see my YouTube channel as like a testing ground and my clients' channels as where I actually go in the battle, right? And so a short tail keyword would be something like vidIQ. That's really short and it's really broad, but it's kind of specific. So let me find a better one. There's algo. Algo is short for algorithm. That one's very short and very generic. There's also lead generation. This one is extremely, extremely broad because lead generation can be anything. It can be cold emails, it can be ads, it can be anything. Lead generation is very broad. These would be examples of short tail keywords, as well as maybe something like viral or maybe content. Something like that would be very like short tail keywordy. Very short and generic. And then long tail keywords would be something that's longer and more specific. So it doesn't have to be very long. It can be pretty long. It can be specific. And it can be something that your ICP, your ideal client, is searching for. I always say long tail keywords are probably a lot better than short tail keywords. But short tail keywords can get you that broad attention if it's very top of the funnel. If it's very specific video, like if I scroll down to one of these, so you can see for this one, I'm ranking for a good amount of stuff. And this is a perfect example of me being very specific, but it's longer keywords. Should I delete my old YouTube videos? People are actually searching this up and my YouTube video was about this. It's very specific, but it's a longer keyword. This is a really good example, and I have a ton of these, and I'm ranking for all of these. Pretty high, actually. Does deleting your old videos on YouTube hurt you? People are actually searching this up. Should I delete YouTube videos with low views? Like, everyone's searching this up, so let me actually add something. And it's not just long, and it's not just specific. Hold on, that's not even how you spell specific. But it should also be something that your ICP is searching for. Something ICP is searching for, right? So these are very important things when it comes to long tail keywords. And that's pretty much the difference between the different hashtags. So you just want to keep this in mind and use the right hashtags every single time, because you don't want to use rapid tags in these AI tools and they just give you random stuff that literally makes no sense. Like, you just want to pretty much be using this stuff and taking advantage of this information that I'm giving you in this video. So that's just a quick breakdown of how I dominate YouTube search as well as my clients do, and how we rank #1 using AI and pretty much just rank for keywords that actually matter in your niche. So if you want help implementing this SEO strategy to your YouTube channel and you want to book 10 to 30 plus qualified calls every single month organically from YouTube, then click the first link in the description to book a free strategy call with me. We'll analyze your current content, identify the biggest business opportunities, and pretty much show you how to dominate your search results, dominate your niche on YouTube. Or if you're not ready, click the second link in the description to get my free YouTube trainings. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.